Hello and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, Seattle by Night.
By night, by night, by night, by night.
It is in fact time for Seattle by Night Season 2, Episode 6, Seasons Changing. Not that would be ominous at all. Welcome vampires, welcome vampires. We haven't had an opportunity to introduce you to our family audience for a few episodes, so let's take that opportunity now if you don't mind.
Oh, happy to do it.
Would
My
you
great pleasure.
please start us off?
Hello, I'm Jasmine, that bronze girl Bhullar, and I play Betty, the bootlegger, Lancaster, the Lasombra, who is a little bit manipulative.
Just a little.
Slow.
Just a little.
Hi, I am Luis Carazo, and I am playing Enrique Rico Suarez, who is a Brujah, but spent some time as a Lasombra ghoul.
As we could learn
Well, I
very
mean-
recently.
Does not have rage issues or anger issues at all.
No, he's
No,
safe.
not at all.
And he's definitely not a freaky, horny.
Just
No.
sensual. Maybe a little.
Not kissing blood in the mouth and stuff.
No.
It's never happened.
No.
It's
all
on this
good.
show. Hi, I'm Mike Krahulik, and I'm playing the Toreador, Tom Hollandaise, tattoo artist extraordinaire, and new vampire.
That's right.
Learning my way
Making your way downtown, walking fast.
in the world today. It takes everything I've got.
Now, I am Jerry Holkins, also Tycho Brahe
Yeah.
of Pan-Arcade and PAX. But
Well, I mean, I'm gay. Are we just saying
this-
like everything we do?
I am, yeah.
Be my guest.
Of
I also do Penny Arcade and PAX. He didn't do it alone.
well, I mean, let's continue. So, but I am playing Jamison Keen, a damp, clammy, and vile to look upon Nosferatu.
But who are you playing, Jerry?
I think that might have been aggravated willpower damage.
Yeah.
Thank you.
and
Good night.
This is why you're not allowed to touch him.
I gotta
Lines
leave.
and veils.
I'm sorry. Did I break your veil? Broke your mom's veil last night.
This is unrelenting. This cannot be borne.
I didn't know there was PvP.
I got cool.
All right, well, Jason.
First, he roused her blood, and then he pierced her veil.
Dude, Jason, I want to
think,
apologize.
I think I'll take this opportunity to introduce myself, if that's okay.
Yes,
if you don't mind. I'm Jason Carl from the World of Darkness. I'm your storyteller. And as your storyteller, I'd like to say a word about respectful play.
Mike,
I'm not good at that.
Clearly.
Sorry. We haven't started to play yet. That was the main.
So that's the line of
Do as we say, not as we do.
demarcation.
Is that the
Well,
lesson?
it's nonetheless important to remind our family, our audience, that this is a vampire story, and therefore it's a horror story.
Yep.
And as such, it includes and incorporates mature and serious themes and content. And we have all chosen to use a system of lines and veils and periodic check-ins with each other to make sure that we feel safe and we feel that we're playing safely together.
Yes.
And we calibrate those lines and veils when necessary between and after games.
Absolutely.
I'll check in with you later.
Can't wait for that.
Yes, it's on red. It's on its way.
As always, the rule of cool also applies to our tabletop role-playing games. Sometimes we'll apply rules modification to carry forward the drama of the story that we're building collaboratively together. And I will also remind you that there is a direct connection between this story and Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. If you decide that you are playing Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, which of course you are, because we all are, you should probably be paying close attention to this story and taking notes.
Wow.
Now then, there is no housekeeping because for the second game in a row, we begin in media res, in the middle of the scene, in a very surprising and perhaps dangerous situation in the Seattle underground. We have vampires in a dark tunnel below the streets, and a terrible, horrible sound has just been heard from the darkness. After the discovery of what remains of Wendell.
Wendell, right?
Yeah.
The missing ghoul, who is at last missing no longer.
No, we found most of
some's
Wendell.
missing.
Yeah. He's missing several things.
Some pieces of
Pieces are
Wendell.
missing.
Pieces of things. Some
But
pieces.
we did ID him. It was Wendell. Looked like he'd been chewed up by big teeth and something with a humanish clawed foot.
Human adjacent.
Human adjacent.
And of course, Jamison has a theory
Tom has a theory too.
it's werewolf related, and certainly the guttural howls might have indicated something in that direction.
Could it be velociraptors?
Well, let's find out.
We're about to find out. Let's set the scene further. One of you is in the pit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I stepped on your head to get out.
You did. You did. I gave you a boost. I gave you a boost.
Soaring leap with a boost assist. So you're in the pit with the torpid body of Rafe, whom you have just subjected to the first stage of the blood bond by
He didn't do it like that, Jason. I'm sorry. He didn't do it like that.
I did. It started off like that.
This is narrative shorthand.
There was a lot of
but I believe that there was more intimate contact
Yes.
involved.
Sure.
Indeed. So you're in the pit with the torpid body. But Betty, Tom, and indeed Jamison Keen
Correct.
are on the lip, the edge, the side of the pit,
It's a very
the
precipice.
top side, together.
And there's howling.
That scared me in real life.
Yes, me too.
IRL.
It charges from the darkness,
Uh-oh.
hurtling up the tunnel at ridiculous speed. It's difficult to get a look at it clearly in the flashlight beams because it's moving so fast, but it looks like a sinewy, muscular, humanoid shape, pale, almost as pale and grub-like as the skin of Jamison Keen when his
now
true
everybody's doing it,
visage
apparently.
is present, yes.
He wasn't
It
talking about you in
has
real life.
a mouthful of razor-sharp teeth. It has fangs. It is hairless. It's got claws on its hands, claws on its feet, but it has no eyes. In place of its eyes,
Oh my God.
the sockets where the eyes should be, the skin has covered it completely, sealed off the ocular orbits. How it perceives you, you are not sure. And there isn't even time to wonder as it slams into the three of you, standing on the edge of the pit, clawing, slashing, biting,
man.
tearing. How do you want to react? Do you want to move out of the way? Do you want to meet it head on? Do you want to jump into the pit? Do you want to jump over the pit?
Parry.
What will be your choice?
And buy my friends a little bit of time.
Want to parry with your brawly?
Yeah. It's out now though. It's
So the snicker snack, the snicker snee is out. The sword has cleared the sheath. So you're going to try to interpose yourself in the sword between your associates and
Yeah.
the oncoming monstrosity.
well, they had their backs turned, correct? Yeah.
Talking down there, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to, seeing that it's like
right.
coming at them, I'm gonna try to like stop it. But it's like defensive. I'm not like
Oh, no.
throwing myself at it. I'm trying to
You're
like
trying to
keep
win.
it. Yeah, chair and whip like a
Yeah.
lion tamer type of situation. Like I'm trying to get it away from us.
What about Tom?
How
is
big is
this?
it? Is it
It's
my
roughly
height?
humanoid-ish. It's not quite as tall as
Is
you.
it muscular?
It's
Is it
moving so
lanky?
fast. You think it's almost running on all fours as it charges into you,
Loping?
loping.
I want to try to step in front of the two of them and grab this thing.
We have an interesting effect here where each of you trying to
Help the other,
take
protect
the other,
yeah.
take the hit for the other.
Oh, that's
Are you
cool.
attempting to
I want to brawl. I want to like. I'm in a bar with this thing. Tom is good at brawl, right? I just want to like tackle it,
tackle it,
and
grapple
use
it?
my weight and against it.
Okay.
And try to bring it down to the ground.
And what of Mr. Keen?
Well, so you are trying to defend us, and then you are trying to defend her
He's
and
faster
me.
than me.
He's very fast.
He has rapid reflexes.
And-
You are never surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not.
No,
I knew this
You're
guy
not
was
going to
coming.
suffer any dice penalties from your response pool.
Wow.
I'm going to try to, as they are jockeying for position, I'm just going to try to dissolve off to the side
Do you wish to use the vanish power?
I want to use the vanish power if I
Could
can.
you favor us with a rouse check?
I can. Y'all ready for this?
Is it resting?
I'm on my
As a
edge of my
charge?
seat.
Charged.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. No, not only are they all charged on the critical face, I have adjusted them and arranged them according to the rich lines of mystic power that run beneath
Yeah,
the
you
studio.
have like a Irish Trinity type of situation happening.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I get super hungry.
Absolutely not.
Hungry.
Did not.
I become quite hungry.
I'm not sure that we have ever established precisely what voice Jamison hears inside his mind.
I remember it being a woman's voice.
But I do believe that we haven't given it an identity. It was maternal. Jamison, dear, you know that discretion is the better part of valor. And I know you know that. But I also know that if you want to be the Nosferatu you so claim to be, you must give up this genteel facade and give in to the beast within. Now, Jamison is under no compulsion to act on this advice, but that is the voice you hear as your beast stirs within you, urging you to dark and loathsome deeds. You do, however, vanish. Anyone
Yes.
not looking directly at Jamison, which I think is everybody,
Everybody,
because focus is on the thing,
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
doesn't notice that
creature.
he's no longer there. And unfortunately, you can't see what's going on. You've only heard the growl, the snarl
Over the lip.
You've heard the sound of Betty's sword clearing its sheath. Maybe an impact.
I know stuff is happening. I think I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move with Rafe up the ramp to be on the other side.
You're going to take the torpid body of the vampire Rafe, and you're going to clamber up the opposite side of the pit, so that you would be standing on the lip opposite them and the creature.
I need
the
to get a
stair
look
side.
at what's happening first.
You need to see it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. This thing doesn't seem to be distinguishing in its aggressions. It's simply tearing, snarling. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to make one roll for it, but I am going to assign an equal chance that it is attacking Betty or Tom.
Okay.
It doesn't know that Jamison is there.
It's a Tasmanian devil sort of situation.
So would you mind rolling dexterity and melee?
Yeah.
And I think it's time for a strength and brawl from Tom.
Okay.
And they will count as your both, in a sense, they're both your aggressive and defensive actions in an exciting scene like this, rather than go back and forth.
Sure. Okay.
We'll speed that up a little bit.
I'm gonna rouse my blood.
Make the rouse check.
I would like to also get
To rouse?
Success. You don't
success.
get hungrier.
So I get to add two?
Add 2 black dice.
I'm gonna rouse. I get hungrier.
It was so nice to feel full for a while. As you recall, when you drank down that bottle of the Cherry Moon elixir, whatever it was, it erased all your hunger. It made you feel whole and complete.
It got below 1.
That was so nice, because that doesn't happen very often.
No.
There's almost always a little pang of,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
always eat. But for a brief while, you knew the contentment and peace of feeling full, but not anymore.
No,
Not
not
anymore.
anymore.
Your own beast snarls, rattles its cage, its prison inside your chest, urges you to give in to your baser instincts, your bestial side. Rip, tear, shred.
And I get one more die?
2.
2.
And you
I have one
I was
as a
going to say,
hunger
and now
die.
you have one hungry.
Oh, what is that?
That is a success.
Okay. I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Do you want to make a reroll?
Yeah. I gotta spend a willpower.
Yeah. You got 2 so far.
Yeah, I have 2.
I am
That's better.
going to
Then I
do,
have 4.
I'm going to be spending a willpower point, or I should say taking willpower damage to reroll some of my own dice. I know the storyteller can do what's good for the player is good for the storyteller.
Can one spend more than 1 willpower?
No, I'm afraid only one per roll.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's 4.
A total of 4.
I had 5.
You had
successes.
5 successes.
How many dice did you have?
6.
So I had more dice than you, and I still rolled less successes.
I only had 1.
Can you just like
dice.
touch my dice like one time, or like
I
grace
can
my?
bless them.
Thank
yes.
you, because I need it.
So rather than attacking a single target, which would have resulted in a back and forth of attack and defense rolls, it's just wading in with its claws, hands, its clawed feet, its gnashing fangs, indiscriminating. It's almost as though it cannot direct its attacks efficiently. So, what is the margin there? Tom, you take a point of superficial damage, so like a slash through one of the boxes on your sheet.
So it did amazing.
It did really terrifically well.
Yeah, I guess so. Cause I had
Not
5.
not as well as it could. Betty takes 2 points of superficial damage. And I am adding its bonuses and having the superficial
course.
damage for you. So this is the result of the having.
So I get sliced.
Yeah, I do too.
You get sliced. Maybe it's toe claws. Maybe it's finger claws. Maybe
This is like an
it's
X-22 situation. Like this is
Yeah.
hard to parry all the appendages.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were not able to successfully wrap your arms around it and grapple it. It's too wiry. It's too sinewy. It's too muscular.
Is it moist?
It's a little damp. Yes.
I thought it might be.
Does it have a snout?
No, it does have a face of sorts, minus the eyes that are covered by the skin or flesh that has become grown over it. Who knows?
Do I pick up that it's attacking both of us indiscriminately, or it's having a hard time choosing one target?
It's difficult to get a lot of information in a scene that's moving so quickly and so
Yeah.
violently, but yes, it doesn't seem to be very effective in what it's doing. The smarter move would be to target one of you and focus attention on one target. Instead, it's almost like
Frantic almost.
like an evil caricature of the Tasmanian devil.
Yeah.
Like a
I
little
don't think
whirlwind
we can
of,
reason with
of
this
violence.
No.
No, it's not a plant.
And I saw that.
You did. When you leaped up to the opposite side of the pit with Rafe,
Yes.
you saw this creature slam into Betty and Tom. You don't see Jamison, but by now
I know
you're
what he
well
does.
aware that he's
He has one move.
he's only seen when he wishes to be.
God, this is such a
Run,
cool
run,
scene.
run!
Yeah.
Like
just picturing it all in my
even
head.
me too. Especially our different ways that we fight. Like you're going in almost like a football player,
exactly.
and me like doing defensive
like,
fencing moves
yeah,
while this
finesse
thing like
stuff.
is just like completely shredding my
Flashing at
forearms.
us.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you've just shouted, "Run, run!"
Yeah, I did. Run to the stairs.
Okay.
Go.
Are you going to lead by example and run, or are you sticking
No,
around?
I am sticking around, and I am now carrying Rafe like almost like a weapon.
like a bludgeon?
Yes.
Gripping the canvas
Yes.
down by Rafe's legs,
I'm
perhaps,
ready to
hefting it.
Yes. So he's dropped. I'm now holding his legs, and I'm waiting to do what is that called? That one
A
throw?
lariat?
Like a
The you know that Olympic sport where you
Yeah.
take something and you twirl around and then you.
was that the hammer?
The hammer
put?
throw.
Yeah.
The hammer throw.
hammer throw.
The hammer throw.
I'm
Is
ready
your-
to hammer
Throw
throw
a
Rafe.
vampire?
When it's your turn, is your plan to let the hammer go and try to hit that thing?
I'm going to wait for them to come past me, and then I'm gonna try to throw him in this creature's direction.
Okay. So keep in mind that in order to get past you, they'll have to clear the pit, right? Because they're on the opposite side from
Got
you.
it. I'm going to move
So-
out of their way so that they can.
So they've got space in case
Yes.
they decide to do that.
Yeah.
What does Jamison decide to do while he is hidden?
I mean, I heed the words
Run, run, run.
of my new friend, and that seems like the perfect opportunity just to do a soaring leap, just clear just from the shadows, just completely clear the pit, obviate that entire challenge, and then probably end up on a couple of the bottom steps and scramble up like on all fours.
No roll necessary to activate that particular power of potence. You spring. It's a pity no one sees this because it's beautifully executed.
Just
jump.
out of the darkness.
As you land, you let yourself be seen.
Of course.
Probably as a safety precaution.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nosferatu coming through.
Yeah.
So out of the darkness, as you land on the opposite side of the pit, Jamison hoves into view, materializing in mid-leap, landing ever so gracefully on the other side.
But hunched like I think I got shook.
Is it a superhero landing or is it?
No, it's horrible.
Oh, it's,
I've
it's
seen this
defensive.
You've
one
seen
time.
it one time.
I saw it one
So yeah,
time.
the voice got in and shook me. So when you see me leap over, when I land like a goblin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like the shoulders are up high, the hand like palms down against the ground, and no effort at all to make myself acceptable to anyone. And I scramble, like I lope up the stairs like the creature across the pit.
Oh no. I don't know if I've seen this.
You haven't.
This is not something that you're familiar with.
No. But I
You've
feel
never
like I've
seen
seen this
Jamison
is
like this.
And it's
form
like
in
a
a sense.
staccato rasp. Like it isn't a regular,
Growl.
but it isn't a regular beat. Like it's,
your gait is something's off in your gait.
You're skittering,
yes.
motherfucker.
Like a
Fucking
giant,
golem
pale
looking
goblin,
motherfucker.
spidery kind of creature.
I'm gonna get as far up it as I can.
Okay.
Now, Betty and Tom are still in it. It has no plan except to rip, tear, bite into you. It seems to be continuing its plan. What would you like to do next? You can, of course, attempt to grapple again, stab again, move, whatever you like to do.
Tom has not really dug into his disciplines. He has used his celerity and his heightened senses, but I'm going to try to actually like lean into my vampireness here and try to draw on the power I have in dominate.
You do have a single dot in dominate, and I believe the power you chose is command.
Yeah,
right?
so I'm just going to like try to get this thing by the throat and look it in the eye.
I'm going to try to get its attention.
Yeah.
It has no orbital sockets.
Well, I stare into the skull.
Where the eyes should be.
Wow.
He knows.
Oh God.
Sit.
Okay. And Betty, what's your plan?
I think hearing saying run, I'm gonna start stepping backwards, but I also know that I'm not fast.
No.
If I turn around and run, it's gonna probably get on me. So
It
I
might.
think she's still in a defensive position. She's starting to step back, but it's like
Right.
still keeping the saber up.
But you're also with
Like
Tom.
scared.
Yeah.
You're also
Yeah.
with Tom. You do possess the power of the soaring leap, so you could clear the pit easily if you wish to, but that would leave Tom alone
No, not gonna
to
do that.
face this thing. You're not leaving Tom.
No.
Okay. So are you waiting to stab it defensively, or are you
Yeah.
going in the offense?
No, this is more of like a defensive, like, I'm gonna wait to make sure everybody's like okay.
Okay. Okay. Tom, please make a. This is interesting because, of course, as you pointed out, it doesn't have any actual eye sockets, so you're not sure it can actually see you per se.
No, but I use
Compel.
my dad voice.
Yeah,
Makes
compel
my kids do
uses make it charisma and dominate.
All right, charisma. I've got 2.
That's the
and
compel pool.
Dominate. I've got
Just the one, I think.
Oh, it's down. Is that okay?
You add a die. You
So
add a
one.
die for the dot.
And so I
It's
got
not
one.
a big pool for you.
One hunger. It's 3
Yeah.
and one's red.
I'd rouse.
But I'm trying.
I'd rouse.
You'd rouse. I could risk 2 hunger die.
Yeah,
I guess
that's
you've been
still,
rolling with 3 all day. Huh?
Yeah,
I'm at 2.
I just think like if this fails, it's gonna like get you.
Yeah, I'm gonna rouse.
I think we're leaving to get food tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Success. Okay.
You
Success.
succeeded. You do not get hungrier.
And I
so
get
go
2
ahead
more
and make
dice.
that roll.
Look at this pool. Look at this great pool, you
a good
guys.
pool.
That's a
Yes,
much
yes,
better
yes,
pool.
it
That's
is
a much better pool.
Come on.
Uh-oh.
I peed in the pool.
Now, I listen. Here's the best part. You rolled 5 dice. The Ankh came up on the red dice.
So I could take a point of superficial will.
Yes.
Do you hear my fucking guy?
Yes.
I'm listening.
Do you hear my fucking
You
guy?
can give yourself, or
I
I
can
should say,
be taught.
inflict a point of superficial
And I
willpower
get to do
damage on you.
3.
We don't question your intelligence. It's just like you're here. Like
I'm here.
you're not new to this game anymore.
So one base. What else can we get in there?
2 more.
Two more successes for a total of
Total
3.
of 3.
So
Clean.
you're not sure if it works or not.
Okay.
All you're sure of is the effect. It stops thrashing for a moment. It stops biting. It stops clawing. It ceases trying to rip your face off.
Yeah.
And the head snaps backwards as though you've struck it in the jaw.
Weird.
It's almost as though the psychic power of the compulsion, the compel command, has struck it like a blow.
Physically hurt it.
Physically hurt it. And then it shakes its head once and tries to eat your face off.
Wow.
So
So it reacts viscerally to the command.
I'm going to say that this would be the moment where Betty's choice of holding her action
Yeah.
defensively comes into play. And you
Yeah.
can stab it as it's lunging at Tom if you wish to.
Yes.
Okay, dexterity and melee.
Oh, God.
And you have a specialization.
I do with
the
my
saber.
saber. Yeah.
Perfect. So you get some extra sauce.
Yeah.
Hey,
I can
that's,
just-
that's a fucking pool,
I
dude.
can just roll well.
May whatever dice grace I have pass on to you.
Thank
Amen.
you. Thank you,
Amen.
Galadriel. Thank you, Galadriel.
Nice grease.
Yes, yes.
Okay, make sure my pool is correct.
I needed more. Than
more grace?
More grace. But that's not bad. Okay, I'm gonna spend
Just get out
another
all my grace.
point of superficial willpower.
You're running out there.
I am. I don't want Tom to die. Okay, that's better. 4.
Hey,
4. Okay.
Seems good.
that's healthy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Was that 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, not a critical. So fortunately, it's paying no attention to you whatsoever. So I'm not going to allow it to defend itself against your stab wound. And you're going to sink the saber halfway up the blade into its side as it's lunging at Tom. It's pretty satisfying, actually.
Yeah,
Stab this
Nice.
thing.
And it's like good form too. Like 1 foot in front of the other. Like
No,
it's
it's
like a
like pure
gentlemanly.
extension.
Yeah.
Yeah, really look at your shoulder.
Yeah.
And your
Something
hip
come out.
into it.
Good question.
No vitae, blood, ichor, nothing leaks out of it at all. It grunts,
Gollum?
probably in pain. You're not really sure since it doesn't seem to talk at all. Do you wish to dodge or in any other way defend yourself out of the way?
Yeah, I would love to dodge if I'm allowed to do that.
Absolutely. Let's make it
I have-
dexterity and athletics.
Great dexterity. 1, 2, 3, 4.
How's your athletics?
Athletics is 0, but I'll take the
4 dex is good.
Wait, replace 1 with a hunger die.
Oh,
3
excellent.
successes.
3 successes. So you're gonna take less damage than you would have otherwise. Halving it again, so you will take only 1 point of superficial damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's your track's starting to get filled up though. How many have you taken so far?
I've taken 2, and I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
4 left, 4 boxes before
Yeah.
you start having to
Get
really worry.
aggravated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean having all the boxes filled is bad, but once they're
Sure.
filled, more damage makes it far, far worse.
Okay.
When the track begins to fill up with aggravated damage at that point. So, we seem to be in a situation that has no winners yet. So,
Is this thing's still alive, like wriggling?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
she's
still,
stabbed it, it's still
didn't
coming.
even
It doesn't seem to be dissuaded.
I'm doing one other thing as I call out again to run. I'm going to change how I'm holding Rafe.
Gonna change your grip on the.
Yes.
On the, on the
So now
twelve
I'm
body.
pulling him up and I'm kind of, it's like I'm cradling him.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
gonna
big surprise there.
I know, yeah. Well, and so like his thigh is right in front of me, and I'm gonna take a bite out of it and tear some flesh off and spit it.
I do want to point out to you that that will almost certainly mean you ingest his vitae.
He's got a tarp. I'm going to bite him through the tarp. I just want to open a wound. I don't want to drink his blood. I'll spit the blood out.
I'm going to. Well, it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. if that's not
Y'all
how it
are
works
gonna
now,
fall in
it's
love
not.
with each
it's not
other.
a certainty
Uh-huh.
that this will start you down the path of the bloodline, but I feel compelled, out of sheer good sportsmanship, to remind you that
He's
it
nice.
could.
He's
Yeah.
nice. If I was in that seat, I wouldn't say anything, and then I'd just fuck you later. But
Hit you with that
I'm not
blood.
going to let you change your mind.
No,
I'm
I'm
just
not.
warning you that this is a possibility.
You've already established 1 touch point. On
I mean,
the blood
he
bond.
did drink my blood.
Well, you
Yes,
can. It
he
is
took that
possible
in.
to be mutually blood bound.
I know. I don't want that with him.
So you are ripping through with your fangs. You're ripping through the canvas.
Yes, ripping through the fangs,
through his
the
clothing, sinking your fangs
canvas.
into
Tell
the
us more.
flesh, undead flesh of the thigh, and opening a gash.
Yes.
And your hope is that vitae will seep to the
Yes.
surface.
I am, yes.
You accomplish this without difficulty.
Indeed, it seems too easy.
I am, as soon as I
Got a
see...
mouthful of pants and canvas and
Yes, I spit it out.
flesh. And,
Spit it out. And I'm going to chuck him at this thing.
You gonna throw it?
like a
Is your-
bait.
are you trying to hit it, or are you trying to just throw the body onto the other side of the pit?
I'm trying to... I'm going to hit it because I want him
why
his
not?
attention on it. So I want the body on him bleeding. Hopefully, it's something that he is drawn to.
Make that strength and athletics.
I am going to
Y'all think
rouse.
I'm fucked up. I brought
blood.
him here to make me look
Yeah.
less
And
fast.
It's
working.
It's working big time.
Strength,
time.
athletics. I'm gonna rouse my blood. Does
I'm looking less
does lethal
Boromir
body
like.
or relentless?
I'm
relentless
looking more
grip won't help with this, but
Faramir-like.
with
Yeah.
lethal
Every
body
second.
There's
Lethal
nothing.
body does not apply
That's more.
here.
That's
That
Boromir
is
and
the
Faramir
power
now.
that
I was Boromir. Now I'm not.
Now I am.
lethal body is the power that renders your physical
that's right.
blows
Aggravated.
deadly
Aggravated.
to mortals. Aggravated.
Okay. I'm rousing my blood. I'm hungrier.
Yes.
Tonight on Blood
Another
Brothers.
opportunity to prove yourself worthy.
I don't need to prove myself to you.
Oh, I think you do.
I chucked this thing with even more force than I had initially
All
anticipated.
right, hurl that
1,
body.
2, 3. So I initially had 2, 3. So now it's a pool of 5. I'm going to spend a willpower.
Our rules on this side.
I got
are
1,
so poor.
but I'm spending a willpower.
Running out of those.
I got 2. 2
Two
successes.
successes. So it's the creature, whatever it is engaged in melee with Betty and Tom.
Yes.
Nobody knows you're doing this. I'm going to count it as a surprise attack. That
very
means
surprising.
it's going to strike all 3 of them. It's going to do no damage, but suddenly there's a weird impact
We're knocked
as you're
down.
struck. To maintain your balance, please make a dexterity and athletics check to maintain your footing on the uneven ground of the
What
tunnel.
you got?
Make a pool, take away a black
Not a
die.
big one.
Take away. Actually, don't take away any dice. I'll just raise the difficulty.
Okay.
2 successes.
Success?
1 success.
Okay.
It's just this big pile of bodies over on the other side.
Yes.
Not so good. Okay, so how many successes? You got
1.
1 and 2. Everybody goes down. It's a big
Oh,
tangled
God.
heap of limbs
it's a
and teeth
puppy
and
pile.
thrashing, arms and claws. Everybody's all entangled together, including the unconscious Rafe.
Our friend Rafe.
Oh God.
Where'd he come from?
Yes.
Yeah.
This canvas-wrapped vampire body has landed amidst you.
What if we use the canvas to like?
Paint.
No, to like
Wrap this thing
wrap
up?
this thing up.
What if we feed it Wraith?
That's what I'm.
Wraith.
I mean, we can
Run
try,
and run.
but I feel like it's gonna go for the moving target, not the dead, like not the.
We don't
easy
know,
one.
just
Start
run.
shaking Wraith's body.
It's not logical, right?
Well, no, exactly. But it also
not
devours. But I'm
logical.
saying that it's been 5 days since it chowed down on Wendell.
And it's bleeding. I mean,
I don't think it's
Wraith
less
is
appealing.
Wraith.
I just think it's not a reasoning creature that would be like, oh, this is the easier target. Let me go for it. I feel like it's just
Yeah.
thrashing and it's gonna freak out on us.
It takes a deep inhalation, as though it still breathed,
It can smell.
and smells the vitae.
Rafe's or ours?
It leaps on the cadaver.
oh, good.
The comatose cadaver. I mean, technically you're all cadavers, although you are animated.
To some
and
degree,
walking.
sure, yeah.
It leaps on the torpid body. It sinks its jaws, its fangs, into the leg near where the wound is that you created with your own teeth, and begins to rip and tear away like a jackal or a big cat with a prey animal in its jaws, shaking its head from side to side to rip loose a chunk of undead flesh and swallow it down its gullet. It's paying no attention to you now.
So it's
at
not
all.
like drinking blood. It's
No,
eating
it's
flesh.
It's devouring.
Eating.
I'm running already.
So you have
That's
turned
enough for me to go.
and run toward the stairs.
I grab Betty's arm.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to
And I'm
stand up
running,
if I
I'm
can
trying
get
to
out
run.
of this puppy pile.
Yeah.
How do you want to deal with the pit? Scramble down and up?
I can.
I want to throw Betty over, and then I want to
throw
jump
her. Betty can soaring leap if she
Okay.
wants to.
I don't know if Tom even knows that. I think he's just trying to get her out of
He's
there.
just trying to be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I would
I
give
think.
you a push over.
Yeah, as you give me a push, I think I would like probably put my foot like on your like shin or
Yeah.
on your thigh and like leap across.
Leap across. Okay.
I only have 1 point, and I don't know how wide across it is, but
Well, soaring leap will definitely get you over.
okay, yeah,
Not,
I do
not
that.
a problem. You'll clear the
And
distance
I know Tom
easily.
is fast.
Yeah.
Easily. So you'll have to jump down into the pit and climb out the other side. But the creature is so busy with its snack, its meal, that it seems to have lost all interest in the both of you for the moment. It's using its claws to remove long strips of flesh from raised.
Juicy like a pie.
Yeah. Its feet, its toe claws are now in motion, raking at the body, opening up long holes, gashes in the canvas.
Oh.
It's like he's eating a string cheese.
Yeah.
As I'm get to the steps, that'll be the only time I pause to look back to see if they're behind me, and if seeing them running.
No, we're there. I'm like clambering up the thing on
I'm
all
running up,
fours and like
exactly.
looking to like bolt the door, looking for heavy
exactly.
things to put against the door.
Yeah, he's back there. It's a pull and peel Twizzler.
Yeah, no.
He's going nuts on it.
Yeah, my cracks are slapping on the ground as I'm just running.
The sound of plastic on wood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Up and around.
Yeah.
Splat.
You may recall that in order to open the municipally locked door to the underground, Rico broke the lock. So there is no way to lock this thing at the moment. There's a couple of light pieces of furniture, maybe a side table, a small writing desk. There's nothing really big and heavy. Maybe the crates that I mentioned that were in the back room that maybe contain paintings or sculptures.
Some metal rod. I mean, you broke it's a lock, but the
padlock.
The
mechanism
hasp is still there.
Exactly. So all we need is
Maybe the flashlight.
a twisted piece of steel. If the mag light can fit through,
Just jam it in there.
yeah, then it is what it is.
We'll make it fit.
Oh, Jamie, I only have 2 of them.
Madam, forthwith,
Okay.
I shall go to maglight.com.
The sound
Holding the door as you're doing that.
When you
eating continue from the sound now of unmistakable sound of cracking bones and slurping. You've heard this before.
Actual monster.
It reminds you a lot of that moment on the boat, the Comet in Tacoma, where Prince Gravenstein awoke and helped himself to an easy smorgasbord.
Yeah, I'm on all
Those
fours
sorts
as
of
well, but
sounds.
more like fear and less like monster. When Jamison sees me come up the stairs, like, oh.
Yeah, no, Maglite fully wedged in this. I mean, they would need advanced equipment to get through it from the other side at this point.
Like claws or...
Well, I mean, even so, it's. I feel confident.
claws.
I feel confident with my wedge.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to be
Satisfied
here
with your
to
work.
find out. So I start, as soon as that's secured, I start to head out the alley to the car. Our time is up here. This job is done.
Yeah, it's time to go back to Bertram House and avail ourselves of its amenities.
Are you still on the ground? I'll help pick you up.
No, I'm like coming, got the keys, like, you know.
Are you good to drive?
Yes! Me and Tom are like covered in like gnarly, Tom and I.
Wounded? You have got lacerations from its claws,
From
right?
dirty fingernails,
Nasty.
Jason. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it clashes with your dignity. I might add.
No,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
do
hauling
I
ass to the car.
understand that discretion is now the better part of valor?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
big time.
Yeah, I don't wanna deal
Extricating
with this
yourself from
It has
from
been.
the gallery and getting out of here.
Yes.
To the car.
Yep.
Leaving the gallery as you left it. As you found it, sort of.
Indeed.
Pretty much.
I'm not locking up on the way out. I'm just running.
As far as I know, you don't have the keys.
Yeah, so.
We're gone.
We're gone.
In the car.
We're in the car.
I'm letting.
Into the muscle car.
I have to
have the
climb
front
over the
seat.
seats into the back.
Oh yeah.
Does anyone wish to heal any damage while you are driving away? Do you want to call upon the power of the blood to heal?
I do. You probably see as Betty's driving, like the nasty gashes start to knit themselves together in that weird way.
Do you
I'm
have
gonna
to
rouse the
rouse?
blood.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you have to make a rouse check, risking an increase in hunger?
I get hungry.
You get, what's your total up to now? Are you at 2?
Yeah.
Whispered voices in your ear, encouraging you to take a bite out of someone convenient. We know you're not inclined to do that, but it's the sound is always there. The undead flesh does indeed begin to knit and mend and take away 2 superficial damage points.
Oh, good.
I'm also going to try to heal
Yourself as well, Tom?
my 2 superficial.
You do not get hungrier, and you successfully mend those ugly wounds.
His rolling
It's amazing.
It's so good. Yeah.
75% successes on 4 dice pools.
Yeah.
He stays rousing.
I think a lot of it just has to do with that I'm a good person.
Yeah. Just fundamentally
say.
moral.
Yeah.
And you're being rewarded for it.
I am. I'm being rewarded by some eternal spirit that can see how good I am.
Kismet.
It is. It's kismet.
Who's driving? I think it's Betty.
It's me. It's usually me, yeah.
Where are you driving? Where are you headed? Are you headed back to Ballard? Are you just pulling over on the side to regroup and talk? Are you someplace else? Back to the jungle? You have a lot of choices.
I think I. Oh,
You
wow.
want to take them home?
I think I take him home
Really?
Betty's
house?
home.
because I'm worried
To show
about
Betty.
someone following us.
Oh.
And so I want to take you to the safest place I know. I think I take you to Sorrow Point. It's spelled as S-A-R-R-O. Recently, people have started calling it Yarrow Point. This is a real place.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with it as Yarrow Bay. And
Yeah,
Yarrow
yeah.
Point.
No, but
It's,
this is Sorrow Point.
And this is in Bellevue, is that right?
You have a house on the water there?
Oh.
Yeah. So geographically,
That's how I was able to swim there.
Yeah.
geographically, we are leaving Seattle proper, the metropolis of Seattle. The greater Seattle metropolitan area, of course, includes many other suburbs and municipalities, making it a very large city. But Seattle proper is here on this side of Lake Washington. Bellevue is on the eastern shore of Lake Washington.
The other side. And so how this happens is I drive you to the University District, and there, perched just a few blocks, you know what I'm talking about, just a few blocks from the campus is an Ivers with a dock.
Yeah.
Ivers,
That's absolutely, and that's the nice one too.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a famous seafood restaurant. Perfect. The moniker, of course, is Ivers Acres of Clams. It's a Seattle institution. It's been here for untold decades, at least since the World's Fair of the 1960s.
Yeah. It's an old spot of mine, old haunt.
What do we find at the dock?
A little speedboat.
A little.
Wow. So we're not taking the bridge.
No.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
We need to
that's how you
change
know the world of
vehicles.
darkness is real.
Yeah.
It's 520.
520.
Wow.
If you modeled the traffic on 520, that would
We
be
need
incredible.
we need to switch vehicles in case someone's following us. We need a secure vehicle.
Lake Washington is, of course, one of the major traffic obstacles of Seattle. It's infamous. It's spanned by 2 of the longest floating bridges in the world. And you must either take one of these bridges or you must drive north or south a long way to get around the lake.
Yeah.
It's true.
Or you have to take a boat. There is no ferry.
Arguably faster.
There is no ferry, so a personal boat is the way to go. What do you do with the Camaro?
Near this seafood restaurant,
Of course, there's a parking
there's a
lot.
parking lot. Is there?
They'll let you park here.
They will? Great.
And right across the street, there's also like a bar that's known sort of like we're having quite good pizza. But such a bar is the sort of place a car could be left all night.
All night.
Is the bar open still, or is it okay? So it's super late, and
It's super late. It hasn't quite ticked over to closing time yet, but it's imminent.
Got it.
Imminent.
I'm taking note of that because I know that what we're dealing with is quite important. But I'm noticing if there's any smokers out.
Outside the bar, there almost always are.
Of course there are. I'll park. We'll park the car wherever you're driving. So wherever you leave it is fine with me. And I take a look at the smokers that are. I kind of take a sense of the atmosphere of that bar.
Take out.
And exactly.
Yeah, it's half collegiate hangout,
Yes.
half Seattle institution. It is not the kind of bar where you might find long haul transportation workers like truck drivers. And probably you're not going to find a motorcycle gang if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, I just kind of get
these are
sense
people
of the flavors
who,
that are lingering.
These are people who live in the neighborhood. They reside here in the University District. Students, or perhaps people who work at or near the University of Washington, its nearby campus.
Great.
They take no notice of you. They're busy
You won't
smoking,
stand out at all.
talking. Somebody's got a Go cup they're not supposed to have with a little IPA in it.
Outside.
You smell a lot of weed.
Do I have a moment, or are we immediately on the run.
It's up to you.
I
up
just
to
then
you.
I take the. I'm
I
hungry.
mean, I've got blood at home, but it's not the kind of stuff you guys like.
I'm hungry now.
This is like such a. This is like a. I got like the fridge is stocked, but if there's something you prefer,
Yeah.
I bring it.
But
The fridge is
BYOB.
stocked. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. But I am providing refreshments. But if there is something that you prefer,
Bring it.
yeah, I'd bring it because I don't. Yeah, I have a limited selection, but I have a.
I've never brought my food over to any place.
I don't mean that literally. I mean eat before you come.
I say that out loud. I just look at the two of you. I don't know how hungry you are, but I'm hungry, and I'm gonna head over to the
I could
smokers.
eat. I could eat.
The guy with
Go
the
eat.
Well, actually, no. I would have to
Y'all eat.
kill someone to get rid of one.
Yes,
hunger, right?
so
you
you
would
don't
have
need
to. You would have to murder your prey.
I'm probably going to be okay with
Probably not worth it.
where I'm at right now.
But you could eat.
Yes.
Or you could get you could find another hit of Cherry Moon. Take it that way, but it might take a while.
I'll go with him. Okay. I'll walk
Yeah,
over with him.
I'll go with too, but
Yeah.
So
mostly because this is like my old stomping ground. I used to give money to the Burke Museum down here. And
On campus. Yeah.
You feel a sense of ownership.
I feel safer now that we're out of Pioneer Square.
Yeah.
This night was too eventful.
Yeah.
The three of you then are approaching the smoke.
I think all of us are.
Yeah,
You can
all of
sit
us.
outside.
Yeah.
The young guy with the Go Cup wearing the UW sports jersey with the hoodie pulled back takes a look at you, takes a drag on his cigarette. He looks kind of surprised. This is not the kind of place where you generally get approached by strangers in the night and say, "Hey, nice ride."
Thanks. I'm not going to pay much more attention to him because I don't like that he noticed the car that we came in. And I'm going to go inside.
I also pull out my cigarette.
Whoa, vintage. Hey, let me. He pulls out a Zippo lighter and gives you a light.
Thank you. Is that a clove? It smells like a clove.
No, it's menthol. What? Clothes?
I smell clove cigars.
Nah.
Oh, do people not do those anymore?
I don't know what you're even talking about.
Oh.
But this
I
is
think
the-
she doesn't
like
really know the smell of marijuana. I think she thinks it's a clove cigar.
I like your smoking rod there.
Thank
whatever
you.
that is.
Scepter.
It's
Thank
cool.
you. Oh, thank you.
Saw that like old-fashioned movie kind of thing. It's good.
Tom walks up to me and goes, "Hey man, you got anything harder?"
Takes a deep swallow from his Go Cup to mask his startlement. I got some weed.
That's a good start. You got anything harder than that? Something with cherry in it, maybe?
Cherry? Oh, wow, no. Look, the guy you want to talk to down there at the very end by the picnic table. You see the guy with the baseball cap?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would know a lot more than I do.
That's the guy.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, sure.
That's Mr. Cherry Moon.
Yeah.
Weird.
Here, so Jamison Keene has disappeared. It's not a huge surprise.
Isn't he a
Darn it.
weirdo who likes to
Yeah.
watch? Isn't that like your thing?
It's not
Yes.
not my thing.
Dang it. I was hoping that he...
So I am familiar enough with the how such a place is going to operate
Yes, indeed.
that I know that around back, as we are reaching close, there is going to be a steady stream from the busboys
Of course there is.
depositing essentially
Trash, recyclables,
every.
composting.
They're going to be gutting all of
it.
exactly, and I know
They're just in a hurry to get out of here. They just want the shift to be
they
over.
aren't thinking about
home.
anything at all. They are certainly not thinking that the third trip out to the dumpster is going to be the most fateful one.
That's probably the furthest thing from their minds.
Indeed.
Furthest thing from their minds.
But in this place out here, I am absolutely, utterly invisible. And there are all manner of filthy crevices back here that one could lay.
Continue.
One
Where's this going? Where's it going?
snack, the used up wrapper
Not unlike the patient alligator will seize its prey and store it for later eating under a log, or the jaguar will tuck a gazelle up
in the
into
tree.
a tree. Not unlike that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it is that dynamic that plays out.
The role we want, I think, is you are not relying upon brute strength or dexterity.
No.
No. This is a game of intellect and wits, pitting yourself against the awareness.
Wow, you got some of that, huh?
Of the
I have a
prey.
little bit.
Please make it. Please make it wits, and you may choose either subterfuge or streetwise.
I'm going to go for subterfuge.
Subterfuge.
And so that's going to be,
A lot of dice.
I'm big hungry at this point. So 3 hunger dice.
Ooh.
I know. Betty tier. And then I got 3 of these other dice over here.
Regular dice. Okay.
All right. I have 4 successes.
4 successes.
And there is 1 scary skull, but I have more successes.
No, you're quite successful. The
But
skull
I
is of
think
no
that,
moment.
but except for the vibes, which I think are also fully there. I can't.
Your filthy crevice vibes.
People can't watch me do this.
No, this is something you
Yeah, he
prefer
doesn't
to
like being
do
seen,
in
yeah.
absolute privacy, and not unlike a big predatory cat and a gazelle, the prey simply has no idea what has happened. One moment, they're taking the garbage out to the dumpster. The next moment, they are lulled into an almost stupefied, sleep-like state as your fangs take the nourishment that you need in privacy. How many hunger dice do you wish to remove?
Well, I would like to remove 2. I guess we'll see.
You have 2 or 1 at the moment? How
Well,
many
currently
how
I
hunger?
have 3
You
hunger.
have 3 hunger. So you'll remove 2 hunger, and you will leave your victim, your donor, alive. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
So you will not remove the last hunger.
No.
And
I did think about it.
perhaps in the early morning hours, they will come to from out of their slumber, their stupor, wondering how exactly this has happened. Yeah. Maybe they should really not be pulling those all-nighters and
No.
trying to work at the same time.
Maybe not anymore.
Maybe not anymore. Let's talk to...
Yes.
To be fair, when Jamison feeds, we don't want to look. When Rico feeds, we don't want to either, but he makes us.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for him unless we see it.
No,
Like we think it's like a private gross thing
Yeah.
you should really do on your own. And Rico hasn't
Watch
picked
this.
up.
Look me in my eyes while I do it.
No, Rico
He
is.
leaves the door open
Yeah.
while he shits, and we're just like, bro, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Close the door.
It's OnlyFans.
You have roommates. Close the door.
There's a king for everything.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
My question is,
Yes.
we all know what you wish to accomplish.
Yes.
But what's the intent? Are you trying to lure someone away for a private moment?
Yes.
Or you are. Okay. So
100%.
let's do that through
I'm-
the agency of a roll again. So let's make it. Are you hunting in your typical fashion?
Yeah.
Strength and brawl.
Well, I'm not going to pull someone. I'm going to try. So this is what I do. I am going to
mistake.
go around the other way. This guy kind of turned me off because he saw the car.
I don't like that. And I love that.
So I'm going to go around the other side to see if there's other smokers on the other side. I'm
A couple more out there.
going to go to one of them. Perhaps if there's a individual who is smoking alone, a little separate from their friends. a little
Absolutely.
bored.
They're you don't even know if these two people know each other, but there's one person who's isolated enough for your purposes, smoking and looking at his phone.
I'm just gonna activate all as I approach, and I'm gonna go up to him and say, "Hey,
Hey man, I don't have a light.
you don't. That's
Sorry.
I just wanted to know if you have a. Do you have a smoke?
Yeah, sure.
I don't
What's
need
his
a
phone?
light because you do have a light, and I point at his cigarette.
Oh yeah, so I do.
Yeah.
You can smell the bourbon on his breath.
Amazing.
We're gonna get
He's
a good
had,
little buzz off of
he's had
him. That's a good one. That's
As
a ripe
much as
one.
is good. Yeah.
So
That's the one you smell at the market and you're like,
Top shelf.
this one.
Leather.
That
Vanilla.
mango. Yeah. Ripe
He
mango.
pulls out the pack and shakes one loose for you.
I'll take one,
Yeah.
and
you go.
I'm gonna go up against the wall, kind of lean up against the wall, and I'm gonna let him come to me. I was like,
Yep. He's gonna lean in and
give
it to you.
keeping eye contact.
Mm-hmm.
Oz up. I grab his face as his cigarette is lighting mine,
Mm-hmm.
and I just ever so casually drop my cigarette. My hand then moves to hold his that's still in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
My face moves down to his neck.
Yes.
I take a bite and I say, take a drag.
Hey, you dropped your cigarette as your fangs sink in to the flesh of his neck. Of course, the effect of the vampire's bite takes over, and he leans into it, takes
He
a drag,
inhales? This is
inhales
pervert.
the cigarette as you're drinking his blood.
Are we playing the same game?
No. Absolutely not. I just enjoy watching the game that he's playing.
I think he enjoys you watching.
Yeah.
It's vital.
I
many-
enjoy everybody watching.
How many of your hunger dice do you want to take away?
2, please. I'm at 300.
You two are not. You are also not going to kill him.
No, I'm not gonna.
Not going to kill him.
No.
Okay. The only other thing I need to know, of course, is whether or not you seal up the wound.
Yes.
Okay. So
I
leaving
don't
no
want
evidence of
it.
your
Absolutely not.
feasting. Okay.
The last thing I'll do is I walk away. I'll prop him up against the.
Hey,
wall.
nice.
Hey, wait! Don't. Where are you going? I mean, how do I?
You come here,
I want to
Lars.
see you again.
You will. I'll see you here. And I take that cigarette of mine that I dropped on the ground, and I just
Can I even get your number?
next time.
Oh, you don't play fair.
I don't. But I play.
Are you good? Are you good?
I think everybody's good.
And the last thing I do as I walk away is I step on that lit cigarette that he lit for me, and I put it out.
Stamp it out. Crush it against your heel.
So what are you doing?
And
Are you
scene.
oh, you're still good. I was like, I can't wait to see how Tom backs this up.
Tom's good.
Yeah, Tom's fine.
I'm trying to buy drugs.
No, but Tom,
He's trying to buy drugs.
you're trying to talk to Mr. Hat.
I am, yeah.
Mr. Black Baseball Cap also hunched over his phone, texting rapidly. He's not smoking. He's sitting by himself.
I just had a smoke.
And he's got a Diet Cola can in front of him instead of a beer, texting on his phone. His thumb was working rapidly. Yo,
What's up, man?
what's up?
You selling?
What, you buying?
Got that Cherry M?
What? Oh, the moon.
You got that moon?
No. I can tell you where to get it, but I've been. Do you know how? Because I've been trying to get it myself.
I was told you had it.
I don't. Coke.
I'm not a cop.
Whatever, man.
Come on, man. Where's it at? Show it to me.
You don't think the cops buy from me too?
Oh, shit.
Come on. Look, don't waste my time. I'm busy, man. I got shit to do, as you can see. So you buying or not? I don't have any cherry. I can tell you where to get it. You gotta look for.
Tell me where to get it.
You gotta look for the beetle.
Okay. That's helpful. Okay, I appreciate that.
You'll know him when you see him. He's wicked tattoos, and
Yeah,
they
they're
call him
really
the Beetle
cool.
because he's got the sleeve of cool beetle tattoos
yeah,
on one.
that's what I've heard. Okay.
He usually hangs out over in Ballard, Crown Hill kind of area, Shoal.
Right.
Right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Read all that. Okay.
Yeah, he can hook you up.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Hey, if you come across any, man, hit me back here. I'll pay. I'll make it worth your
He'll
while.
move it. Keep this in mind, Betty.
What's your name again? All right.
You don't need to know that.
It's a test. It's a test you passed.
I know where to find you.
Sure. He goes back to texting. He's clearly untroubled by you.
Okay. I walk back to
Okay.
Jamison.
It's boat. I think it's Boat City.
Yeah, I'm already in the boat,
This place
making
sucks.
sure
There's no
that
drugs here at all.
making sure that like the tank is filled up, and there is like a dubious looking coffee cup, like Seattle's best.
Guaranteed.
And I'm like, when you guys get back to the boat, I'm like sniffing. I'm like, I think it could.
It's pretty crusty. Beatrice. It's not even liquid anymore.
We're almost home, Beatrice.
I put some lake water in it and see if that reliquifies it.
Swirl it around.
I'm gonna
Washington's
take
finest.
the mug and say, "Oh no," and I drop it into the lake. Oh no, something happened to the mug.
It sinks below the surface of Lake Washington with alacrity.
What were you just about to do? You were what?
Get in the boat. Get in the boat.
No.
Get in the boat.
This
Get in
is
the boat.
important.
Get in the boat.
This is important.
Guess what?
You're not allowed to say anything I do is ever disgusting ever again. If you were about to drink stale, weird, leftover coffee from that mug mixed with lake water, is that really what we just saw?
I want to go home. Get in the boat.
Tom is looking around for
Get in
any life preservers, like the big orange vests or anything.
Yeah, we have them. They're
He
underneath
double,
the seats.
triple buckles all of them.
Tom doesn't care to be on the water.
Does not like it.
Does not like it at all.
And I have been trying and failing. Like you can see me like extending a foot over to the boat and then retracting it.
Yeah.
Like this is happening for a while.
I will
Jamie,
help you on the boat.
Yeah, I'm just like, and I think to set the scene, as you see like Betty standing with her back to the lake, it looks like her dark hair kind of blending in with the waves. It looks a little eerie. And as she puts out her hand to comfort you, it's not comforting.
No, I have to close my eyes to do it. I have to close my eyes
Sit
to do
here.
it.
Step
help
into
you.
the little cabin of the boat. Now, is this it's like a personal speedboat?
Yeah. Yeah.
Stripe.
So
You got
it's
that
not
open bow.
It's yellow.
Nice.
It's bright yellow with one black stripe across the front. It's all open.
Kill Bill.
Yeah, there's no covering or anything like that. You can feel the spray of the water when you're in it. She likes that.
Tom's got his eyes closed. He's like, they say a boat is just a hole in the lake that you pour money into.
Well, it's a good thing I've got money to pour.
You've got that life jacket strapped on tightly.
Yeah.
It's pink.
He's tied it to like the straps. He tied them.
The one underneath the
Yeah,
leg.
he
It's
brought
like
it
high
up through the
visibility.
crotch.
Yeah. Also, this looks like it's like from like the 20s. It's like a pink,
Yeah.
like safety pink.
Vintage.
Yeah.
Vintage.
It might hold you up if you were
might
like
not.
a 3-year-old boy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear the orange one over the top of the jacket, and I have not like clipped it together, but it's on, and I'm just wearing it like a talisman against the sea. And then I'm also just gonna hold the round ring life preserver.
The life preserver ring, yes.
Exactly. Now I feel like I've committed enough to the ritual for it to protect me.
Whoa. I'm just kind of like enjoying the boat ride. And as we get closer to
guys,
the
yeah.
island, I realize it sinks in that the burden of Rafe is absolutely no more.
Wow.
And I think I just kind of while you're piloting the boat, are you positioned in the front or the back? In the back.
No, I'm in the front. I'm driving.
You're in the front. You're in the front driving.
Yeah, probably to the right side.
She's gonna steer. There's a small ship's wheel.
Yeah.
It's not like a wooden sailing vessel. It's got a steering
There's
wheel.
a Bruce Lee bobblehead.
Bruce Lee bobblehead. That is also very Seattle.
Yeah, I knew him.
Wait, I was gonna say. The boat's designed after his Raymond.
Yeah.
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 The boat roars across the surface of Lake Washington, and you can feel the cooling December night air on your faces, in your hair, against your undead skin. You leave the lights of Seattle behind you and head for the darkened eastern shore of Lake Washington. Not headed to an island, I believe, but to a point of land
Right.
on the east side.
I'll show you on Google Maps.
I believe.
I've seen it.
If I'm not incorrect, your haven, your estate, your
Yes.
manor has its own boat dock,
Yes.
and that is where
On the
you
water.
pilot the vessel. It doesn't take long. It's not even a 10-minute ride to get across.
Wow.
It's very short.
Not for me.
Far faster than the 520 or I-90 40. Yeah. If everyone could do this, they would. Wow. Could you please do us a favor and describe a bit your haven? What do they encounter? What do they see? There's land. I know that Betty has a
quite a nice
large
house.
house and property.
Yeah, it's a large property.
She's a vampire of property.
Yeah, there is a line of trees that goes around the perimeter of the property.
Screens it
affording
from
her,
view, right? Some
lots
privacy.
of privacy.
Mm-hmm.
The house itself is an old building, probably not really fit for a vampire to live in, but has been made.
Oh,
fit.
lots of windows and yeah.
And you would notice. I think Jamison would pick up on it first. There's the way the mansion, the home is constructed, it's really around the lake and to catch the reflections from the lake.
There are like little orreries and little viewing rooms where
Oh.
the windows and vaulted windows, which you don't expect in a vampire home, but they
No.
reflect the water of the lake almost eerily as you like as you approach
she
it from the
essentially
water.
worships the deep water,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So
She
it's
does know.
creepy.
It's a little unsettling the way this has been
Little
designed and
funereal.
put together.
Wow.
Yeah, everything about the home is like nothing about it is welcome or warming. It's
It's
like
not really for anyone else.
no.
Right?
There's a stable where she keeps about 3 to 5 horses at a time, usually Arabians, because they remind her of home. And there's a couple of hounds, but
Beasts.
Now,
because she has a point in animal ken as well. Yeah.
she does do well with the animals, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
These hounds, do they typically greet you when you arrive home?
Yeah.
So they do so on this occasion. Alfred, your faithful and trusty companion, opening the door after he hears the sound of the boat to let them
Probably
out.
the back entrance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they bound across the darkened expanse of the lawn to greet you. They pull up short, though, because you have guests. And animals, vampires, don't always do well. Tom, I believe, has some facility with animals. Is that correct?
I have 2 points in Malibu Ken.
Malibu Ken. That's a kind of animal Ken.
Yeah. No, I don't have any animal
A
Ken.
kind
You
of
just
animal
want
Ken.
it.
I would love to have an animal.
But I don't think anyone else has any familiarity with animals.
With these beasts.
So they're
they
well
don't
trained
like it.
enough, and
Yeah.
of course they are totally yours.
Yeah.
So they do not raise their hackles, they growl and give you a wide berth as they go trot over to stand on either side of you,
Good
waiting
boy.
to be acknowledged.
Good boy.
Do you know? Have you given any thought to their names?
They haven't taken their eyes off.
They're like
any of you.
2 massive Irish wolfhounds.
Big
Like,
dogs.
Just big, made to kill bears.
yeah.
Yeah. At the moment, they look like they would happily kill any of you if she said the word.
Just jump.
Are they friendly?
They can be.
Do they want to smell me? Put my hand out.
They don't move. They're waiting for Betty.
It's okay. Brucey, go ahead. It's okay.
One of them steps forward, a little reluctantly, looks you in the eyes and sniffs your hand.
Tom likes dogs.
And then it backs away, retreating. Again, never looking away from you to stand next to Betty.
Your dogs are pretty fucking intense, Betty.
Oh, they're trained for, proper
And
design. This one's
animals don't
Steven.
like kindred.
Steven.
This one's Steven. This one's Bruce.
Bruce.
They
They were trained
know.
by a man very fond of comic books.
A lot of this.
Animals know that you are outside the circle of proper life. They can sense it.
Fair enough.
Makes it tough to have a pet.
Yeah.
Goldfish, maybe.
Probably makes me feel a little bad.
It might.
Goldfish. There we go. Yeah, fish. I better
it's,
find.
Yes, especially it's just goldfish.
Probably an unwelcome reminder.
Yeah.
Yeah. First
you-
the cherry moon, and now this.
Do you have one of those houses that has your own actual like sandy beach?
No,
Oh.
no, not this part of the lake.
It's all rocky.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
okay.
rocky.
So the long lawn slopes down to a rockier
Yeah.
strip of land around the water.
I'd probably just walk down to the edge and
Yeah.
kick a rock into the
There's
water.
a beautiful dock that extends probably a little further in the water than it needs to.
It's got the lamps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very Gatsby.
Yeah.
Can you see the lights of Seattle's?
Oh, 100%.
See the U district, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Sure, maybe the lights of Ravenna. Who knows? In the maybe downtown, just over the hill,
Just a bit.
Capitol Hill.
Oh, wow.
Great view, nice
It is
vista.
very nice.
I don't think you can see the other homes in the area because of the screen of
No.
trees. It's,
She doesn't
it's
want
quite
to.
isolated.
No,
Isolated,
it's-
yeah,
She wants to look at Seattle. She doesn't want to look at these
This
people.
is like where a wizard would live. You know what I mean? Like it's a
It's
man's.
the Great Gatsby. That's
So with dawn so close, are you offering them a place to reside for the night, or are you going to send them on their way?
No, I think this is best. I don't want to lead anyone potentially to Bertram House, and I think we need to arrange a meet with Evangeline. I already extended her an invitation. So I think if we're already here, that makes it easier.
Yeah.
We should tell her we found Wendell.
Yeah,
Tomorrow,
yes.
not
And
tonight.
Yes.
you don't live alone. You have a mortal
Yeah.
who is in your employ, who is waiting attentively when you arrive inside the house. What does he look like? We haven't described
Alfred?
Alfred
Yeah.
before.
Alfred is the most Irish Catholic man
Mm.
you can imagine.
He's just the apex. He's got a Bible with him.
Just like
Probably not.
no, not there. But he's about 65.
Yeah, he's a little older.
Yeah, and is not dressed like a butler, but is just dressed like a member of the house. Maybe a nice like cashmere sweater and a collared shirt.
Like a grandpa.
Sure.
Kind of
would.
professor.
Yes.
Well-pressed
Gram-
slacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Grandpa.
Clark's. He's wearing what he wants to wear.
Right.
Yeah.
Good evening, Miss Lancaster.
Good evening, Alfie.
Welcome home.
Thank you.
You have several messages waiting for you.
I'll take them in the office. Do you mind
There
making
it
up
is.
the guest rooms?
Right away.
Thank you so much.
I've
Appreciate you. And you'd actually see her put her hand out and touch him very gingerly on the face.
Oh, right on the cheek, huh?
he accepts this gesture with patient gentleness and affection. The messages are both from a Mr. Kilmeade. Excuse me, miss.
So, yes.
Really?
Kill me. Okay. And?
He said you would know what it was about and to call him back at the number he left.
Wow.
Entirely sure we do.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
gentlemen. I will attend to your accommodation.
Oh, you said there was more than one message.
Oh, 2 messages from the same person.
Oh, 2
2 from Mr. Kilmeade.
in the same night.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, both this evening.
oh.
He sounded quite intense.
Oh.
Okay. Elfie, if someone named Watcom comes calling.
Yes. Show him the door.
Well, no. Don't.
Defensive measures.
No.
Release the hounds. No. No. He looks disappointed.
Omega Protocol?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But do make me seem busier than I am.
You are not at home to guests.
Thank you.
I understand completely, miss.
I want to keep that one on the line. I want that worm to wriggle a little.
Is this Mr. Watcom likely to come here in person, or is he more likely to use the telephone?
The telephone.
Ah, I understand. Excuse me once again, gentlemen. He withdraws from the
some
from the room.
preparations. He goes now to prepare a place for us.
What is the inside of the home like?
Deco.
Deco.
Nice.
20s,
It's just
30s deco.
old.
Love it.
Checkered
Old.
floor. When you come in, like it's almost like garish. There's like gold molding
Yeah.
in a lot of the
Oh,
walls.
yeah.
Yeah.
A little ostentatious.
Yeah.
Overdone.
Yeah, she
Little
comes
overdone.
in, she puts on like this big silk robe.
Oh
It's at the
wow.
house.
There's like a little martini glass full of stale blood waiting for her that she gleefully picks
it's
up.
all dialed
There's
in.
a little fainting
yes.
couch that she goes and puts her feetsies up on. Alfie, you'll need a moment to get your rooms ready, darlings. Just, be
The
patient.
moment he heard the sound of the motorboat engine, he poured the glass.
Oh yeah, it was all. Yeah.
She's just like laying back, like so, like a completely different person.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. This is the other Betty.
This is Betty after a long day of wheeling and dealing.
This is the other Betty.
relax. The other, yes.
You'll have rooms, don't worry.
But does he prepares that martini of blood for you, so he is obviously aware.
Well, yeah.
It's nice to have that kind of company. So
Don't you have that kind of company?
with the living,
Yes.
no.
Oh.
I mean, no more than what you've seen me do.
He's not a ghoul.
I
He's
wasn't
just
sure.
a person.
I didn't want to ask.
No.
I didn't think he was. I don't.
Alfred has his free will, Alfred is an old friend, an employee.
You didn't strike me as someone that would do that.
Alfred returns a few minutes later and announces that your accommodations are ready whenever you wish. He's prepared everything. You may sleep securely and soundly
Yeah,
without fear.
I was an old man 50 years ago, so I think I'm going to take my repose with an exaggerated stretch and yawn.
I'm ready to hit the sack.
Shall I show you to your rooms?
Yes.
Show away. Yeah.
And I think you're in probably be in the Orion suite, the Dipper.
Oh.
Oh, nice. He gets some astrology.
Are the rooms decorated in keeping with their names?
Yeah. And the windows have been like boarded over, but with oil paintings. And actually, as you walk through the house, you'd probably see some old paintings of Betty.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
But they're from like when she was.
From different artists.
Yeah, from different. artists.
Nice. Different eras.
Like an impressionist piece.
Yeah.
The two rooms that have windows that have been completely secured.
Yes.
There is no chance that light will enter. There is another room, however, that is an interior room that has no windows, and that's the room to which you are shown.
That is great. Right before leaving Betty's company, I will turn to Betty and say, thank you for earlier. I know that I'm not surprised that you didn't make him into a ghoul. I know that that is something that may not necessarily be in your interest, that exchange. But I was well aware that you were willing to do that to Rafe earlier. And if at all that was on my behalf, then I thank you for that.
Yes, it was on your behalf. That was a favor for you.
Yes, I am fully aware of it.
Yeah.
And I also appreciate your complete directness.
Yes, I can.
It's refreshing.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm.
And I'm also aware that that is also a common vibe, if you will, of the time era that you come from. And with that, I leave.
Just as you're like leaving, and I, tell you, I'm like, oh, there's fresh linens and this and this. And I'm about to close the door. I say, Rico, remember how earlier I told you that you were out of the trial period?
Yes, I do.
With that, if before you were going to fuck us, I wouldn't have taken it personally. But now I just want you to know there is a dungeon underneath these premises. And I close the door.
And I just out through the door, I say, thank you for letting me know. Because there's a kink for that.
So, but I do want to, like, in the manner of a father, I would like to put Tom to bed. I'm not gonna pull up the blankies or anything like that, but I just want to make sure that
You're going to check in on him.
he's settled in his room.
He has the adjoining room. I'm not sure exactly what the Dipper suite is like, but I imagine some sort of painted ceiling with the night
That's
sky.
my guess. That's my guess.
With the Big Dipper picked out in
Prominently.
gilded foil stars.
That's what I pictured for sure. Little stars. as
Some
midnight
people would say it's
blue and-
garish, but Betty likes it.
But I say, Thomas, do you have a? Did you remember a charger
I remember a charger?
for your cellular phone?
Oh. I don't know that I have a charger.
Fortunately, Alfred has anticipated the needs of Betty's
he has.
very infrequent guests.
Yeah, I don't have
Probably
one.
USB-C
the
cord.
room is equipped with chargers for more than one brand of phone.
Okay. Yeah, I'll plug that in. I gotta make sure I can call Evangeline. when I need to.
And I say, I think that as a treat, I think that you should allow yourself one text
Oh, to Evangeline.
to Evangeline.
I'll pull out my phone.
Though it ended in a way that we had not anticipated, there can be no question that we did precisely as asked.
I will say, Found Wendell will call tomorrow with deets.
With deets.
Heart. Send.
The return message takes a few minutes, and you wonder if she's going to write you back.
And I'm gone by this time. I just
you
wanted to
have-
burn
you've
with
excused
this in the
yourself?
night. Yeah.
I see. You've set it in motion.
Yes.
And then,
You want to fill in the
Absconded.
blanks.
but she does a few minutes later. Write you back. Great news. Jerry will be so thrilled.
No.
Talk to you tomorrow. Heart.
Heart? We're back in,
See,
boys.
we're back, yeah. Heart's
We're
back on the
back
menu.
in,
Heart's back on the
boys.
menu.
I would just mark it as red and probably fall asleep looking at the heart
Oh.
emoji.
Well, as long as it's plugged in.
It's plugged in, yeah.
Any other preparations that I need to know about before I shift the scene forward? No.
I'm in bed.
Betty goes to her coffin.
When the sun's in the sky, you're not just asleep. You're dead. You have no sensation. That's one of the strangest things about being kindred. It's not normal sleep like mortals enjoy. It's simply being gone from the world. And some kindred, as they age, simply get used to it. They're accustomed. You're awake when the sun comes up. You're awake when the sun goes down, and of course, you fall asleep when it comes up. But for younger kindred, it's still weird. It's like turning a light switch on or off. So, the following evening, when the sun finally sinks below the western horizon, giving that last goodnight kiss to Seattle, your eyes open, and it's a new night. Housekeeping. Please, everyone make a rouse check and see if you grow hungrier.
Right.
I do not. I do not.
I do. I go back to 3.
Your numbers are not.
can't help it.
They're a statistical aberration. I see that Rico's done well.
I did well.
I failed.
Let's
You
check in
failed,
with
so
Jamison.
you're back to 3 hunger.
Yeah.
No,
Jamison.
I get hungry.
2
Jamison
hunger.
and Betty stay hungry. We're like always hungry.
Yeah, we're on our grind.
Yeah.
Sigma grind set.
Do I lose my one superficial willpower?
If you have spent superficial willpower the night before, refresh the pool. Refresh all your boxes.
Got it.
Yeah. Technically, it refreshes at a new game session, but I'm going to declare and decide that the next night is a game session scene.
Yeah.
So
Right. Okay.
refresh it all. I think that makes sense, don't you?
Yeah.
As always, Betty, when you awaken, there is something fresh from the bag waiting for you. So you can remove one of those hunger dice if you choose, because your preferred method of feasting is much quicker and right immediately at hand.
Convenience itself.
So
Yes.
from 3 to 2 hunger.
Amazing.
Everybody else, unless they're going to try to choke down the defractionated bagged blood,
Why not? Don't be
Stuck
rude,
where you
guys.
are.
Come on, you're guests.
I'll say it one.
yeah, rather stay at 1.
Yeah.
What are you dressed as?
Really? Okay, so now I'm in like a satin slip with like a mostly like see-through robe over it that's got like is it ermine? That's got like the ermine trim.
Oh yes, the white
Fucking
trim
what?
with a little black flocking. That's
Yeah.
probably ermine.
Yeah.
Here, so if it's being offered, it'd be rude if I didn't at least try.
Yes. It would
not
be.
rude.
You want to try a bag of blood?
Well, I'm just gonna try it. I've
This
I've
is
done
fresher.
nothing. I have done nothing but fuck with Betty about it the entire campaign. In the home, like in the house, it seems reasonable to try to like win in Rome the blood bag situation.
When he understands that you want to try it, Alfred asks you, cold or warm?
Warm, please.
We have a microwave. I'll be right back.
Oh, that doesn't make it better.
No,
I just sit down and put my hands like on my knees.
I mean, I wouldn't know, sir, but Alfred returns a couple of minutes later with a big white coffee mug with a smiley face painted on it. It's steaming gently. Breakfast, sir?
Yeah, I'll take it and just hold the
Hold the
mug with
warm-
both
It's not hot, but it is
with
warm.
both hands. Yeah, exactly.
It smells not terribly appetizing. It is blood. Your
Yeah.
nose tells you that,
still-
but
yeah.
it's not what you would prefer.
It's not first choice. Taster's choice. So I will try to drink it all very fast. Like just shotgun it.
Now the question is, and I'm going to ask Jasmine to tell us what Betty's been keeping around. Is this blood that has been taken straight from a donor's vein and is therefore not gone through the blood collection centrifuges and diffractionation processes? Or is this bagged blood from a medical facility?
So Betty drinks bagged blood from a medical facility,
she
but once
can.
in a while,
She can.
she likes something fresher. So she actually
This is
starts
straight
her
up.
day. You're gonna hate
Fresh
this.
squeezed?
Horse.
What?
Animal.
Is that what the stables are about?
That works?
Yes.
sword.
And Tom would be like, "You can drink horse blood?"
I'm going to do something
rat
else
blood.
that I rarely
But
do.
it's not great.
I rarely do this, but please carry on while I do it.
Yeah.
So you wake up every morning with a big old cup of horse blood.
Well, yes.
A steaming cup.
They don't they don't mind it.
Will you ask them?
It doesn't always hurt
Dear horse.
them. You can draw blood from a being without it always causing pain.
So it smells even
Or you can cause pleasure if you...
it smells even more different than I had anticipated.
Oh.
So it doesn't smell like mortal blood at all. It smells, I don't know what equine blood smells like, but it's probably got a distinct scent to it.
Musk.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if the
Gamey.
blood transfers the feelings of
yeah.
the creature,
Of horsitude.
are you going to feel
I'm
all
gonna,
horsey?
I'm gonna neigh and probably
does
gonna
that
need to have
work?
my mane brushed.
You'll get a sense of maybe how the horse feels about Betty.
Honestly, that's true. Oh, horse resonance.
I guess Betty gets that sense, but
She always seems a little.
You do, you have it every morning.
Horse girl confirmed. Yeah, like I say,
Gonna give you
I
a polite-
shotgun
a
it.
polite,
No.
not a polite sip.
I'm worried that if
a
I
healthy.
I'm worried that if I hail, I'm worried that if I ease into it, I won't be able to get
won't
through
finish.
it. I am just gonna. It starts down like this, and then in an instant, it's up and tipped.
Down the gullet.
Yeah, right in the craw.
It's better than you thought it would be.
really?
Yeah, it's better than you thought it would be. It's
Grass fed.
No scandal.
Free range.
It's not what you would choose if you had a choice, and you're not imbibing the blood. You're not drinking through your preferred predatory methodology.
No.
But it is nutritious. It takes away a hunger die
No.
from your stash of hunger die in front of you.
I was doing it just for
And
the
it's
experience.
it's a little better than you thought it would be. You don't detect any emotional resonance to it.
Really?
There's nothing horsey. There's nothing horsey sauce about it. Right? There's nothing equine. I say, Beatrice, it is not revolting.
Yeah.
And I'll do a little cheers with the mug. Tink.
Tink.
Do you feel like a horse now, though?
Yes, I'm driven to paw and neigh. So at any time, Thomas, I need to ask that you restrain me if I try to jump over something
That's
or
fucked up. I'm not drinking any of that
throw
horse
a
blood.
rider.
Yeah, I wouldn't. No. Are there clothes in your closets that we could try on?
They're probably like old though.
Yeah,
They're not. They're not.
Mothball.
I would be happy to show you to the wardrobe, sir. And Miss Lancaster, would you like me to bring your telephone?
Yes, please. I have an old timey.
I'm certain it's one of those ancient princess phones with the rotary dial.
It's gotta be.
That can be plugged into a jack here in the phone into the house that you've had installed.
Yep.
Alfred will motion to you and lead you to a walk-in closet that has a variety of clothing, men's and women's clothes in various sizes. I am certain there'll be something here to suit the gentleman.
I'm kind of lost. As I was following Alfred, I sort of turned to look at Betty and with like a puzzled look in my face, and then to Jamison, like, okay, let's go.
I believe he is requesting sartorial advice. I am not qualified to assist you in this matter, so if you'll excuse me, sir, I'm going to fetch Miss Lancaster's phone.
Yeah, the clothes get as modern as about the 70s, and then they stop. They stop progressing after that. Like,
Probably with the
Gonna
idea
see
that
what
every 20
happens.
years is sort of a duplication in a way. It's like,
Yeah.
once you get to the 70s, you're like, I think
yeah,
I got it all.
she just like stops at that point.
Yes. Okay. I'll go to the closet.
Go to the closet.
Come out in a gown. No.
I'm certain that you could find something to suit. Do you want to decide what you found?
I think it's almost like a little kid playing dress up, trying to
Putting on different
You're putting on
jackets,
dad's clothes.
Yes,
different
basically putting on dad's
clothes.
clothes. And so I come out with a button down, something probably wool. I put a vest on that and I put a bow tie on that I don't know how to put together. So then I get rid of that. And then I just get a long tie that it's not tied well. I get one of those like hats. What are those hats called? Those like little
Newsboy?
newsboy hats.
Little cap.
And then like pants that are like plaid. And it probably doesn't match at all.
Probably not.
It's literally what I saw Post Malone wearing at his concert. Like it's, you're gonna look great.
It isn't a perfect fit. And of course, clothing sizing has changed dramatically
And I'm
throughout the
big.
decades, and you are not a small kindred.
No.
But you find things that fit well enough
Yes.
for the purposes of dressing yourself in something clean. But you're right; it doesn't go. It doesn't work. The ensemble is off.
I emerge.
Alfred returns, and he is indeed carrying a vintage telephone with a rotary dial, which he plugs into a jack near your favorite divan, and places it on the table with a piece of paper that has a number written on it.
Thank
This is Mr. Kilmeade's number that he gave.
Thank you so much. Okay, let's just.
Now,
So good.
modern.
Tom even know what this is?
Tom ever seen one? Maybe in a movie.
Probably in a movie, yeah.
Right in a movie, yes.
Now, the Lasombra Bane is
Yeah.
unclear about where the line of
mechanical.
demarcation is for mechanics. Clearly, modern electronics are a big problem for Betty, which is why she keeps everything in the house as close to solid state as she can.
Yeah.
So you've had pretty good success with this phone,
Yeah.
right? And in this instance, you need to make a technology roll, which is, of course, not your forte. Not your forte. Yeah, it's. But I'm
what?
One technology.
because you're familiar with this phone, and it is solid state and not very sophisticated. I'm going to let you add 2 dice because it is on your home turf with mechanics that are older and that
Okay.
you're much more familiar with.
4 successes.
This usually ends up with Alfred having to dial it for you, but you enjoy making the attempt.
It's fun to try.
Oh, 2 successes.
It works.
Oh,
It works.
she does this.
You get the dial tone and that satisfying sound of the rotary clicking back, and then, hey, Betty.
Hello.
Betty, I recognize your number.
This is Miss Lancaster calling for
Oh my goodness.
Beetle.
Yeah, it's me. Is your name really Lancaster? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, cool. Listen, this number isn't going to stay active for long. This is a burner.
Oh.
Yeah, safety first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, listen. First, awesome van.
Good. I'm glad you're
First order of
enjoying
business,
it.
great.
I'm glad you're
super
enjoying
cool.
it.
I've got my kitchen set up. We're cooking up a storm.
Good.
Business already. Business is already better, Betty.
Good.
And say that 3
I'm
times
glad
fast.
to hear it.
Right? So awesome. But listen, I wanted to remind you of something. Okay. I don't like to be in debt,
Okay.
especially not to a lick. Nothing personal.
Oh, okay.
Right? So I still owe
You
you.
guys see my face?
I haven't paid you completely.
No.
You wanted the tattoo for Tom.
Yes, I did want a tattoo for Tom.
And I promised to tell him how he could learn the craft.
He's supposed to apprentice under you.
I can't teach him. I can't do this for him.
Right.
I gotta make a handshake between him and someone else.
Okay.
So you got to tell me how that's going to happen. You, Tom, you guys figure that out. You let me know when you want to hear about this. Tell me how I can
confer
pay
with
this
Tom.
off.
I know. I think he has something going on today.
I don't want to.
I'm not going to ask him if he has that. We know he has it. He's cooking.
much he has, if he has a lot.
You know, I can hear him.
Yeah. He's
It's
not.
big, it's a big receiver.
Tell him I got a big batch of original and new flavor. But
okay.
you know, it's not free anymore.
Right. And what was your going rate?
It's
I think I'm
$10,000.
gonna have to tick it up. It's this stuff is in demand. You would not believe. So you know, I think it's gonna be 12 big ones.
Okay.
I opened Mr. Wendell's wallet real quick. I try not to show anyone else. I just want to look and see in the billfold there's any money in
There
there.
were a few
There actually, he's
chewed
got
bills.
quite a bit of cash. There's probably $1,000 in hundreds in there.
Yoink.
So,
No,
That's your money
those
now.
now belong to you.
Yeah, I closed the wallet back up. I got a little larceny.
You sounded. I had heard that you sounded a little urgent in your calling on me. I want to make sure that.
Yeah,
you're okay.
yeah. Listen, there's word on the wind, the rumor mill. Don't ask me how I hear this stuff. My customers don't like me, but some of them have loose lips.
Right.
Okay, so I heard something that I thought you might want to know.
Do tell.
Yeah. Look, we're gonna have to lay low for a while. Benny's coming after us.
Benny's
Really?
coming after you.
Yeah, I guess he heard something about what happened with you and his goons, his boys, his peeps. I'm not sure exactly who's got the loose lips in my org yet, but I'm gonna find out. I don't want to think it was any of my people, but I don't see how that could have happened. And you guys got to watch yourselves,
But why would he come after you?
because we're Duskborn.
They don't need
I
much
hate
of an
that.
excuse.
Okay, well, thank you for the heads up and be safe. Okay?
Yeah, don't call this number again. I'll call back with a new phone number soon.
Sounds good. Keep yourself and Jorgen and Sappho on all together and safe, okay?
And the cherry moon. Keep the cherry moon safe.
Hey, look, tell him if he wants another hit, we'll arrange a meet.
He wants it.
He wants it real bad.
We'll talk.
Sure.
How about Cherry Moon?
The cherry moon.
Look after yourselves.
You too.
Cherry moon. Bye.
Night.
Something urgent has come up.
Yes. We're in trouble.
Is he out of cherry moon?
No, Tom. He's not a Tom, when you dance with the beast, you don't get to stop dancing until the beast tells you when to stop.
I don't know what that means.
Something more
I
grave
think
has
you need
come
to
up.
be careful. That's all.
Would it be possible to sleep in the stable? Because I'm feeling horseier than ever.
Oh, I
It's
told you
all
it was your horse blood.
imagination.
You've turned him into a horse.
No, it's in his
Are you
imagination.
gonna sleep standing up? Do horses sleep standing up?
I will do what comes naturally to me. I will behave in accordance with my horse nature. You look terrible.
I do. Why?
Show me the room where you got these things.
Oh, you mean these clothes?
I did not say clothes.
Oh. Well,
Lead on.
yes,
Lead on.
I do.
Lead on.
I lead on.
This is unacceptable.
You want to pick something else?
I strip him naked.
I'm naked.
Just, ugh.
No,
Tom leave.
You're with me at first, and then it's like,
Yeah.
I'm good. No, I essentially want to dress him like Mr. Darcy of Pemberley is going hunting.
Oh my God!
I'm
yes.
talking like tweed wool coat, the proper outdoor cap.
Maybe the tweed coat has one of those leather hunting
Exactly.
gun stock hunting patches on
and it has the
side.
patches and so forth. I want him to look like, and also the weather's turning. Like
It is getting
the weather
cool
is
out there.
beginning to change. I want to make sure that he looks appropriate for it. He should look as though he is ready to drop the rifle at a goose.
I look dapper.
Yes. But it's like draped on this frame.
As this is coming together, Rico looks at you in the eyes and he just says, one of the things that I've noticed about you that I admire is your ability to change the way you look. You could become almost anybody.
Oh,
And I wish I could do that.
you have.
I have.
Stay here safe under my wing, young man. You think that I have dressed you, and what I have done is given you a weapon.
Ooh, that sinks in. And his demeanor gets like
He likes that.
a
doesn't
different
he?
kind of confidence
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
almost feral.
Yeah, it's like a British gangster. Like it's in there somewhere in this iconography. It's very, very nice. The shape is good. Okay, yeah, that really gets me cranked up. I feel like $1 million. Like actually,
Success.
yeah,
Yes.
like this, just like clap, clap, right on the shoulders. He's ready to go.
Now you are prepared for the night.
Now I emerge.
Now
Yeah,
you
and so he leaves, and then I take all the clothes that he had and I fold them all carefully and leave them on the bed.
Yeah, maybe someplace else. Yeah, indeed.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna pull out my phone, and at first I actually asked Betty. Evangeline probably shouldn't come here. Should we meet her somewhere? I mean, I don't know the rules about inviting other people to your.
Well, I already granted her a boon of coming here, so.
Okay.
It's a bit weird to show other kindred where you sleep, but it's a show of faith.
It's a show of faith. Now, do you text or call?
I mean, you can call. The phone is yours.
I can call.
And
I feel
Alfred,
more comfortable.
Alfred, if you could just remember what I said earlier about
Miss
Mr.
Lancaster.
Watcombe?
Yes, of course.
Let's just change that to if he calls, it's very urgent. He can get me wherever I am.
Get word to you at once, if possible.
Thank you.
I understand. I understand.
I feel like with the text, I have more time to think about what I'm gonna say and stuff. But
It's a strategic medium.
I think you should use the method that you have already used.
Maximal
think-
comfort.
Might send a.
I don't think you should. I think you should call her. You should get her on the phone, and that way you know she still has her phone, and it is indeed her that is getting this sensitive information instead of someone else.
That is a fair point.
all right, I hit the phone and call her.
It says text.
Yeah, instead of
phone
text.
caller
Phone
button.
caller
Caller
button
button.
is depressed. She answers right away.
Evangeline, it's Tom.
Tom, yes, I know. I recognize your number. How are you? It's good to hear your voice. Are you well?
I'm doing better than something. I'm doing great. Yeah.
That's wonderful to hear. What about your friends?
They're great too. They're all really good. We had a great night, and we found.
Don't tell me any details.
Oh.
It's not
Oh.
safe. Not safe. Keep it casual, Tom.
We found out that we're better friends than we thought we were.
Okay, maybe that's a little too casual. I'm not really sure what you mean, but you found what you were looking for?
We found what we were looking for, and we would like
Wonderful.
to tell you about it.
That sounds like a conversation we should have in person.
I agree. So I got permission from Betty for you to come over to her house.
You're with Betty.
Well, I'm at Betty's house right now.
I understand. Again, let's keep the details light. Do
Yes.
you want me to join you there? And is that all right with Betty?
My man will pick her up at the mall.
She has a man that's going to pick you up at the mall.
At the mall.
At the mall.
The mall.
At the mall.
There's many stores there.
At the mall. They're going to pick you up
Given
at the mall.
Given where Betty told me she lives, the neighborhood, I suspect that she means the Bellevue Mall.
Yes.
So,
yes.
That's fine.
Find her man there, or he'll find you.
Shall we say an hour?
We
I'll meet
shall
him there.
say it.
I'm so looking forward to seeing you again, Tom, and hearing your news.
I have great news, and I'm looking forward to giving it all to you.
That's
The
so
news.
sweet. See you soon.
Not if I see you first. Bye. Well, this is why I don't call.
Just
Sweating blood again. Oh no.
I think that conversation is, in fact, the ideal place
yes, you
to
always
pause our vampire
exactly
story.
where to pause.
you always think it's the
now.
ideal place.
I do so with some reluctance, I must admit. It is never pleasant to pause our vampire story, but needs must when the kindred drive. This has been Seattle by Night Season 2, Episode 6, Seasons Changing. Thank you for joining us for it.